to be with me.
Crazy white boy, Stony Brook.
All right, guys. Hello. So happy you guys are with me today on this lovely Monday. And you'll have to excuse me, my shoulder hurts. I'll tell you all about this weekend. And the Crypt Keepers have said adieu. I know you guys are upset. You love the Crypt Keepers. Hey, guys, what's going on? For the people, the new friends that I met this weekend, thank you very much for coming. I had a great time meeting you guys. Oh, that's not appropriate. Who said that line from the Iron Sheik? Who said I am gay and I am I don't even know in this day and age if you can say that word, Iron Sheik. So let me change let me take that off. I'll just go with my name. Iron Sheik. I think he was saying as an in term of endearment when he said I was gay and I don't think you can say that, Iron Sheik. You know, it's a sad day in Mudsville when someone like me has to tell you about community standards, Mr. Iron Sheik. You guys don't notice, but Mr. Iron Sheik was an amazing amateur wrestler. He wrestled for Iran, of course, no shit. He wrestled for Iran and he made it to the finals. I think he might have won that match. He might be a gold medalist in the Olympics. Hell of a wrestler. There's this guy I was just thinking about, the head coach at Syracuse. His name is Gene Mills. He's the one that created the Mills half. Allow me to demonstrate the Mills half. I'll just take a half hour of your time. That's an inside joke. Anybody who's ever wrestled, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I can put it on Coach. I'll show it to you. Hang on. Ow! Yeah, this idea wasn't that great. Coach, hold on. Okay. Sorry, guys. Take a way too long for this payoff. Way too long for the payoff. I'm sorry. But a Mills half is strict half Nelson right here. All right. Ow! Ow! Your shoulder hurts too much, guys. Oh, you fucker. I don't know what it is. So that I just wasted your time. I'm sorry. That means I'll do 10 minutes on questions. Ah, fuck. Yeah, that hurts a lot. Not just because I'm old. You know, I've accepted the old thing a long time ago. But yeah, well, what are you gonna do? Look 05499 KC, someone who went to the Pottstown stinker said you have a limp handshake and you shake with your left hand. That right there, see, that's obviously you got bad information. I will never shake someone's hand with my left hand. Never, especially with a bad shoulder. No way. So look 05, thank you for your rumor, but I can guarantee 100% that never happened. And I give a man's handshake, even to women. So don't believe that one at all. As I said, the giveaway is the bad shoulder, and evenly is I don't shake with my left hand. You know, even if I'm fucking around and I want to give you a dead fish, that's kind of funny. What's this? But hey, I like when you bring it up. That's interesting. Who told you that? Look, 05. Tell me who told you. Someone came up to me and shook my hand, and I gave him a limp handshake. with my left, 100% did not happen. Just as it did not happen that I was giving Perry a reach around before he went on. That did not happen. I promise. I would never tell a lie. And if that's my new cats out there fighting, you understand, no fighting. We don't do fighting here. That's a rule. No fighting. So quit it. Now, sometimes, like they look at me because I'm the breadwinner here, okay? Yeah, they're my roommates, but sometimes I got to lay the law down. As you just heard, I'm sorry you guys had to hear that. No fighting. All right, let me start up. Before I start telling you about what's going on in Pottstown and what happened, and not only did I think I'd lose a friend for life because of the silliness that I did, Anthony Cumia will never speak to me again. I'll tell you why in a little bit. But let me, and I appreciate when you guys do these. This is called a super chat, I believe. And I know to click on it when it's a different color. But Cranberry Electric, let me put you up because I know I'm supposed to take them down. Okay. Cumia's. Okay, all right. So you're already on to it. Yeah, I lost a friend for life. I took Anthony Cumia, in his words, and I can't say if I was him, I wouldn't say anything different. Took Anthony Cumia probably to the worst strip club he's ever been at. That doesn't mean that the people there weren't nice or cute or accommodating. But Anthony was not happy. And he blamed me. I was like, Anthony, I don't own stock in this place. I hooked up so we had a place to go, and the people are always asking me, hey, the first thing that they'll ask you if you're ever a comic or anything, they'll say, hey, where are you going afterwards? Because they want to hang out with you. And this isn't like a hotel, so we'll be at the hotel bar. No. So I hooked it up with some nice people, and we got this this strip club where you go, and that's where people are going to hang out. A lot of guys are married. A lot of guys, put in a whole day. I mean, a lot of traveling and stuff like that. So a lot of guys didn't go. Hey, Siobhan, what's going on? A lot of guys didn't go. So that's what happened. But I think Anthony was expecting something a little bit different. Let's see. I love Tubby. Let's see what Tubby's got going on. Casey, Chris Abels. Not sure Chris Abels. It says it's cool. You don't need to throw him a bachelor party. He said thanks just for the same. All right, Tubby, you got me. I should do that all the time at the Fan. I would go to Mike, Francesca, and Chris the Mad Dog, and like clockwork, I'd be driving home from Stern. What I would do every time, I would say like, hey, Mike and Chris, you guys gotta respect the backup and the relief pitching for the Yankees. And I'm talking about Sean Sexton. I'm talking about Scott Demo, talking about Virginia Armstrong, talking about Matt Armstrong. I named my family. I named my friends. They're not pitchers. They had nothing to do with baseball. But yeah, it was hilarious because Don Jameson one time, I mentioned him. He was one of the relief pitchers, and he calls me up. He goes, all right, I just heard you on the Fan. Nice one. All right. I'm like, all right, let's see if you can get through and have that talent to get through the screeners and see if you can get my name on there. Sure enough, next week, you gotta be worried about the deep ball hitting that the Yankees have. You got this Casey Armstrong. Oh my God, I would not want to pitch to that guy. And Francis is like, Casey Armstrong, he's good. He's good. And then after a while, they'd figure it out. No fucking fighting. Cut the shit. Sorry. Like I said, no fucking growling either. Stop it. See, if I was in there, I wouldn't speak to them that way, but it's the only way they can get through all that stuff is soundproof. And it fucking hurts my shoulder when you do that. When you make me yell, it hurts my shoulder. Please stop. I love you. You already ate. Cut it out. You're hurting me. It's green. I got to click it. Maybe that means I already did it. Guys, I don't yell at my cats. I yell at them when I'm in the studio and they're outside fighting because they're not allowed to fight. I said they're not allowed to fight because that's not what we do. I thought Casey got his mental illness under control. Man, my shoulder hurts so much, guys. Even like yelling like that, it really hurts. But happy days make me happy. Where are you? Okay. What did Kumi expect out of Pottstown? Great strip clubs? Well, I mean, you never know what to expect. All right, let me go and talk about what we got going on. Anybody got anything of dire need that you want to bring up first before I get into talking about the Pottstown gig? If you do, let me hear from you now, or else I'll get into it. All right, because my cats are misbehaving, they're fighting, and let me just ask, hey Ryan, what do we not allow here? Is it A, fighting, B, math, or C, politics? Ryan says fighting. No, he says. There he is. Vinny said you were doing online gambling the whole time. You up? He's part of my story. I got to meet Vinny. I don't know if you guys know Vin. He's good. He's good. He is. Oh, it's my radio gunk. That's my people. Don't. Hold on. Hey, you. We heard you were yelling at your cots. Justice for pussy. Well, as I was saying, that when they fight outside the studio after the flood, and I had to move everything over to where the publishing office was, which now is the radio studio next to the office. It's all got the tiles, the soundproof tiles on it, and they can't hear me through the tiles. So they think once I'm gone and I turn the TV off, that they can fight and they can growl and they can misbehave. But radio gunk people, that's not how I do business. No one's allowed to fight. No one's allowed to do growling, and no one is allowed to steal other people's food. We just don't do that stuff here, okay? And I wouldn't yell at them if I were in earshot, and believe me, I don't want to because it hurts my shoulder. So enough of that. All right. Siobhan, you got anything before I get into how the show went? Siobhan says, before she goes to bed, do you see the vile tweet Chad posted about Levy's wife and daughter on Mother's Day? He's a scumbag. No, I know. I hope that. Well, you're telling me it's true, so I believe you. But I hope he didn't do that. Nobody needs that on Mother's Day. Put it away for one day. If you guys got a beef or something like that, leave it. That's mother. That's you get one mother. Thank God, mine's the best in the cosmos. All right. I lucked out there. Everywhere else, the universe kind of fucked me, but I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm very grateful, but I'm more grateful for my mom. I'm sure you guys feel the same way about your mom, but I do. Okay. So on that, guys, let me just see if there's anything pressing, and then I'm going to go to the weekend. Lenny's a silly sausage. Am I Lenny? Casey, after 30 years, you're still a fucking dummy. I had faith in you. That's not nice. And why am I saying that stuff? They told me that if I'm going to read that stuff, you got to pay. I don't need to say that stuff unless it's funny. And I guess that was kind of funny. So, all right, cool. Gina Bobina's in the house. Hello. Yeah, Siobhan, it was low. It was low. You don't do that, especially on Mother's Day. You leave your mothers out of this. That's not okay in my book. All right. Let's move on to happier things. All right. How my shoulder's going to get better. Okay, guys. So I'll if you're interested, I'll tell you about what went on, because I had Tim Sabian was booked today, but he's rebooked for next Monday at 5:00. Okay. Tomorrow I got Angel Cassidy, that awesome person that I told you about. that started out in the first couple years of her life of going into a burning car and pulling adults out of it, being burned to death. And then we're going to find out how her life progressed and everything, and how she ended up in the adult industry. And from there, how she got to be the entrepreneur that she is. And this is just like either anybody right here on the list here. I can just go right down Gina Bobina, Cranberry, Carpenter, Ryan. I can go down the whole thing and say, you've had some parts in your life where you've shined, and you've had some parts where you struggled a little bit. I'm the same way. Everyone watching, we wish we had that day back, one of those days back, and we're proud of some days that we've been here. So this person is not anywhere other or unlike us. Okay, so that's why I'm bringing that to you. All right, so let's start this. So my friend Mike, who is an amazing guy, his name is Mike Gillingham. He's the guy that played. He played poker at Cumia's with Stuttering John. Stuttering John loses his money in the first couple minutes. And since my friend Mike is so nice, he goes to Mike, hey, can you give me some money? And Mike says, no, I only have enough for me to play with. He goes, this is the balls. Would you ask your friend to do this? Can you go to the ATM? Well, John, I don't think Anthony has an ATM in his house. No, I mean, can you go drive to the deli or somewhere that has an ATM, get some of your money? I'm going to sit here and play. Well, why don't you give me a couple bucks so I can play while you're out getting money from me? And I got to tell you, like, I guess this was a fairly new relationship, Mike and John. And if you know Mike, he's the nicest guy ever. And, his niceness will get him in trouble because he would do that for someone, so he expects people to do that for him. Do you guys think, I'm talking to you guys in the chat, do you guys think that John would have done that for my friend Mike? Just say yes or no. And I'll just take the first three responses. Just say yes, or just Y or N. I think I know what they are. I don't even have to go there. So that's who I go with, right? So I'm psyched too because my brother Matt, there's a no, right? Of course, by Katie. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, JB. There's a no, and one more I'll take, and there, not only a no, but the worst Viking ever, says John's a douche. I'll take that as a no. So I'm psyched that my brother's going to go too. What is going on? I got to fix these lights somehow. Anyway, but I want to get to the. I don't want to keep skipping all over the place here. So, yeah, so my brother Matt is going to come too. My brother's a teacher, wrestling coach, and he comes to get me because Mike lives in Nassau County. I live in Suffolk County, if you know New York or Long Island at all. So we take my car. He likes my car. It's pretty new. It rides nice. It's got these great shocks. I lucked out. It's a good one. So we get to Mike's place in Nassau County, and now we're going to take Mike's car to Pennsylvania, but we got to pick up Kumia in Nassau County. So we pick him up, and going down there, it's like 2 or 3 o'clock. We're having a lot of fun. Kumia is the same guy that you watch on Opie and Anthony show on the Compound. He's that guy. Hilarious, always on. He's not doing something that isn't him on the show. He is just naturally that funny, that quick. And we always have a lot to talk about because he was doing O&A when I was working for Howard. So we knew a lot of people in common, and the radio is not a huge it's like stand up. If you do stand up, you know everybody else. You've either worked with them somehow, like I mean, you won't believe this because some of them go very far and some of them don't. I can tell you at the Laugh Factory, I opened for Bill Burr a couple times, and even back then, I knew I was going to eat shit. But it was all right because sometimes if someone goes ahead of you and they're awesome, if you just do your stuff and you're okay and don't pretend that you're not Bill Burr and that you belong there, you'll do all right. But Bill Burr, come on, do you really want to follow Bill Burr? Do you want to follow Bob Levy? Do you want to follow Jim Norton? It's like, after you give a presentation at your company, do you want to follow someone who always has their TPS reports all nice and in order? You know what I mean? So, we go and we're on our way to Pottstown, pick up Anthony's friend, and his friend's boozing it up pretty much in the back of the car. And what I can remember is the guy is just like, "Can we stop to take a piss? Can we stop taking a piss? Can we stop? I got to take a piss. Can we stop? I got to take a piss." And I'm before the thing starts, I'm a little bit of a box. As long as I'm there and I changed, I got my stuff, I'm ready, I'm okay. But until there, I got to get to where I got to get to the gig, At least I'm there and I don't have to rush. I don't like to rush. So Mike finally pulls over and he's taking a piss, and this guy goes out into the woods off the highway. We're sitting on the side of the highway. I'm sitting in the back seat. Cars are going 65 past the car, and I think we lost this kid. I don't know where he went. I think I see a beer can launched above the trees. So I'm like, all right, he's still alive. Anthony comes back and he's sitting down and we're waiting for this dude, and he falls down the hill where he went to take a piss, and we're on our way. All right, we're gonna get there. So we get there and we got to check into the hotel. Now we have 5 minutes. Yes, 5 minutes to get to the hotel before we get to the venue. And Julie said, "Hey, if you want, you can come crash," because they rented a B&B. And um, that's not, again, that's not something I'm going to do because I know Shuli and Bob smoke, and that's not even an issue. The issue is I don't want to be in a house with a bunch of men, even though it was so nice for them to invite me. I thought that was very nice. So no, I'd rather just spring for the room, and it will be what it is. So let me check in and see if you guys are bored as hell first, because we haven't even gotten there, and I'm 30 minutes in. My God, I tell a slow story. Okay. Yeah, Michael. Okay, I got you. Let's see. Okay, all right. Always, yeah, I got you. Loving this. Thank you, Gene. All right. So now let's go to the show. We'll get to the show. Now I haven't done stand up. I used to do it every day for years, and I don't know if you've ever heard my station, um, the world's most amazing people, which is on 24/7. But after 8 o'clock, it goes over to all the FM shows that were a little bit more bizarre and a little bit more risque. But during the day, you're just going to get interviews nonstop of people that are inspiring, people that are entrepreneurs, have um, life and death experiences. Let me go over to this because it's a color. I have to press it when it's a color. It's Jules David. I love Jules. KC, great meeting you at the show. You did awesome. Thank you, Jules. Same here. That was cool. Jules is awesome. Yeah, that was a highlight right there. That was nice. Um, okay, yeah. So we get there, And the first thing that they're going to do is well, actually, I should back up a minute because as soon as I get there, I find out that there was a little bit of a audio problem, which, like clockwork, you can expect. It's always going to happen. I guarantee you they went through it, and I guarantee you they tried everything and ran through everything, and it worked like a charm. Tested it out, all good. But then you take that 5-minute break and you're ready for showtime, and now you got a problem. That's just how it works most of the time. So that's what's happening. So we're getting pushed back for the first thing, which is the Uncle Rico show. And they're gonna like kind of pepper in people that are there to sit in for 5, 6 minutes or whatever. And there's a bunch of people there. So um, they do the first couple episodes. I think maybe the whole thing was maybe going to be about an hour, and it's going very well. I mean, how do you go wrong watching John and goofing on him? I mean, you guys could do it. I'm sure you do it at home. Just to goof on someone who thinks that they're so amazing and everything they say is a gem that comes out of their mouth. How is that not fun for you and your friends to goof around? Hey, guys, I bet this is where he's going to say that back in second grade, his teacher said that he did the best fiddler on the roof. And one day he is going to fiddle on the roof or do fiddler on the balcony. I can just tell I'm a professional. So, yes, okay, so that's going. So I get my turn. I go up there, and I wasn't there for that long. I just I was just playing it loose, right? People were really cool backstage. You know, people couldn't have been nicer. And I believe what happens in between when the thing is over, then you got what's called like this meet and greet where, oh, there's another color here. Hold on. I think that's a blue one. Hold on. Joseph A. Nice. $2. Thanks, buddy. Um, okay, so we finished the Uncle Rico show. I think it went well. I don't know. If you guys were there, let me know. But I'll ask you questions after I just give you my spiel here, and then I want to see what you guys thought. I'm curious. So then we do this. I believe it's like this meet and greet where you just got to stick around. And at this time, the only thing that was weird about it is that it wasn't a regular like comedy club. It was kind of like more wide open, a lot lighter as far as the light goes. It wasn't as dark as a comedy club, and there were like chairs kind of set up. People seemed to be enjoying it and seemed to be having fun. And um, I was there, and I'm not going to lie to you, and I have no stake in the game. I'm not going to tell you something that didn't happen. All right, but I saw some, for lack of better term, or you know, they were just trying to shit on it. And I heard them say there was like 40 people there. Guys, on me, on my family name, there were 40 people in the front two rows. There were, let's see, I would say probably about like maybe 10, then a little space, maybe another 10, and that was like one row. So by the time I got on after Kumi at the stand-up show. I say this thing went back with, maybe there were about 3 or 4 rows in the back nobody was at. So how many did I say? I said 10 and 10, so 20 on the rows. So I'd say there's about 250, 300. And I'm saying I have no horse in the race. Not only do I want to see my friends do well, so maybe I'm biased in that. And you know, I just want to tell the truth. It was set up for about as many people as were going to be there, and I believe now thinking how big it was. If you guys see the pictures going back toward when the show got started, there were over 300 people there, no doubt. Yeah, yeah. So these people who tell you there wasn't anybody there, they're wrong. And if that was the case, I would tell you. You know, one thing I hope that you know about me is that I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, okay. So someone says 200, maybe 250. All right, so we're not too far off. I would say on the upper because by the time when I got on, I guess I got on after Cumia, and it was before Levy, so maybe a little bit more by the time Levy got there. But I'm saying there had to have been three there, no doubt. Um, I'd I'll even text Julie if my phone is here. I don't see my phone. Sorry, guys. But I will, and I'll tell you tomorrow. But I'll get the exact count for you. All right, I'll get the real deal. So I believe I'm right on this one. So anyway, okay, so I go up and I talked to Jim Florentine beforehand, and since I haven't been on stage, I haven't done stand up. Like I said, I used to do it every day, man. You know, I had an hour and 15 when I lived in California because it's what I did every night. And some of these gigs were $50. You know, I was at a bar sometimes, but that's as Levy will tell you, that's how you cut your teeth. That's how you learn. I didn't have the Stern showing back at me anymore, so that's a yeah that's a, oh, I know that guy. Yeah, he was there. Um, yeah, so you know you gotta do this every night, and you better know your stuff. So I um I did it all the time. So a couple jokes were leftovers or hand me downs. Actually, some of my best jokes are hand me downs from Bob Levy and Jim Florentine, and one from Otto from Otto and George, who's now dead. I didn't get the chance to tell that one, but tell me if you like this one. I am a degenerate gambler, and I got friends who are degenerate gamblers. I got one friend who's a degenerate gambler, but he's also into bestiality. Yeah. So when he tells me he likes a horse in a third race, it's a little fucked up. Meaning he liked the horse. I always thought it was funny, and I still do. It's like 15 years old. Like he wanted to fuck the horse in the race. He had a crush on the horse. That's just funny. You know what I hate? What do you hate? I'll have to wait for what he hates. I didn't get a chance to tell a lot of those. I told some of those, but I think the set went pretty well. If you guys were there, don't just say it just to bust my balls. You can, by the way. I'm never going to stop you from doing that. But I thought it went okay. I mean, Artie is in recovery and show business are currently out. When do we start talking about Artie? I hope he's okay. Anyway, so all right, so I think my set went pretty well, and I had fun. The crowd was great, and Levy gets up, and I believe, and then Perry gets up. I at the time went back to the merch table because I had some books in case people wanted those. So look, you guys got to understand, as a comic, you got to hustle. You got to set up the after party. You got to sell your DVD. You got to sell what you can, because when you got a gig that has 10 to 12 comics or 10 to 12 personalities or people that are going to do time up there, chances are your check is not going to be very good. It's not going to be very big. And it's no one's fault, but just simple mathematics. You got 300 people there, and I don't get into people's business. It wasn't my gig. But there's a lot of people that the promoter's got to pay out. So I didn't know what I was making, but I thought it would be a good chance to meet you people and to see some friends. And if I'm getting involved in this, I gotta go out and I gotta be involved, and I'm glad that I did. I got to meet a lot of cool people, and here's one. I got in touch with Vince, the attorney. We kind of hit it off right away. I never thought I would. I never thought I would. Usually, the attorneys are the ones that I stay away from because they're trying to put me in jail. So, um, yeah. So we kind of hit it right off, and we have a conversation tomorrow. We might be teaming up with something. So that's why you do these things, guys. Just like in your job, you network and you meet people, and you kind of talk about some things, and you brainstorm. So it's not just the money, but I knew the money was going to be tough. Oh, I like this guy. I like Terry Nee. Is he a bird? Hold on a second. I think he's a bird. Yeah, he's a bird. Look at him. Terry Nee, $5. KC. What was that AI check in the hotel I saw? Bizarre. Well, Terry, I do believe in UFOs. I believe in aliens. I believe in all of it. AI check. I don't know. We're gonna have to talk about that one at another time. I'm not quite sure about that, but you're a bird. Levy told me he likes birds and that they're nice people, so I'm on board with Levy. Terry needs a nice bird, so thank you for the $5, buddy, and thanks for coming. And if I can find out more about that AI, I will. We got to call Vince. We got to call that guy Vince from that Pennsylvania talk show, the guy with the plastic surgery, allegedly, and the hair that's not uncombed, and who's like an alien. We'll talk to him. He'll know more about it. Nicey nice. So, yeah, so I mean, Vince the lawyer might be doing something. I'll be talking to him tomorrow before I talk to Angel. And one thing I didn't understand, maybe you guys can help me with this if you guys were there. I was at my table. I'm waiting for them, talking to people when I come up, meeting some nice people, selling books or whatever. And Perry Caravello, who I met backstage, nice guy, but it seemed to me that he was up there for like an hour. And I didn't know what was going on because it was kind of far away. Do you guys know what he was doing up there? I remember I was next to this guy, Ray DeVito. I don't know. He was selling something. I'm not quite sure. Nice guy. Um, and Perry was up there. He was yelling, and I didn't know about what. I couldn't see because I was so far away, and I was talking to people, whatever. But if you guys know, let me know. So, so that ends. I met some nice people, and now we're on the way to the strip club. I hooked up this strip club because, like I told you, anytime people go to a show or comedy, whatever, usually you're out for the whole night unless you're a local. But in something like this, you guys are, and myself, I'm fans of people from all over the place. So chances are you're gonna want to, hang out after the thing's over. So it must have been around. I know we got out kind of late, so it must have been around midnight. And people are always asking. That's why I hooked this thing up. They're like, "Well, where are you going? Where's the after party?" I'm like, "Okay, we're going to Utopia Cabaret, Cabernet, like the wine, because I'm too retarded to say it. So we're going to this place. I thought it was right up the road. So we go to, I guess we get an Uber. By the way, Pottstown, get a sober driver because not many Ubers are available. Not many taxis are available. So just putting it out there. So we get an Uber, and I'm thinking this thing's like 5 minutes away. This is interesting. Did I see Kumia's tweet? I'm sure it's pure hatred on me. He hated the place. Like I'm doing my best. He said it was the worst. I even reached out to him. I said, Anthony, do you want to come on? You know what, guys, hang on one second. I'm going to see if I can get him on. All right. Hold on, man. I'm gonna see if he wants to come on because it it was I think he was upset. There was a tweet that got something like 60,000 retweets or views or something like that. He was miserable. So let me invite him over to see if he's going to come, just so he can tell you his views on the most horrible place, according to him, he's ever seen. So do I even have his thing? Hey. You know what? I don't even have his thing, guys. Or is he the that's what he is. I'm sorry, guys. One sec. No, not that. It's not that. Then somebody tell Anthony that I'm trying to look for him. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that, guys. I know I'm boring you. All right. Sorry, guys. So I'll copy that in case. All right. So I apologize, but I thought you'd want to hear from him because he's definitely not going to hold back. So he hates the strip club that we go to, and all I can hear. I'm trying to be nice to the people that work there, but all I can hear. Oh, I got a red one. All I can hear is Anthony laughing and saying how displeased he is, and I'm thinking this guy hates me. Colin Madden, congrats on the show. Great to hear from you on a regular again. You think you'll get back into stand up after this weekend? Thank you, Colin. That's really nice of you. Thank you for the money. I tell you, I love doing stand up, and I think it's a lot different than what it used to be. It used to be you could pretty much, if it was funny, you could say anything. But now, going to this place where you guys, I know your humor. I know what you want to hear, and we all have the same sense of humor. But if I just did the comedy clubs again, I know I'd have to change it around. And as much as I love it, I don't know. I might, Colin. But great question. Thank you so much. But the crowd was awesome. They were so nice to me. You know what I hate? I hate when the podcast host does show prep during the currently broadcast show. I already I already tried to get him. I was just trying to get him again because you'd probably want to hear it from him rather than me. But I already reached out. I already did that. But he was disgusted at the place. That's it. I'm not from there. I don't know. I just, the first place said, "Hey, you know, uh, come on out," and they were kind, and it wasn't far. It was the closest place there. So if I goofed off on that one, I'm sorry. It was just part of the hustle, just trying to make because that weekend I wasn't going to make a lot of money, and for me to go away for a weekend, I'm a homebody. As you know, I have this great relationship with my cats. They never get yelled at. I'm just kidding. No. Yeah. And if I go out, I gotta make money. That's just how it is. If I do something, it's gonna be worth it. And this one was because I got to meet some really cool people. Some of you guys, mostly you guys, So that was really cool. So that was well worth it. And I don't give a shit about what you haters say. If you want to say something that you didn't like me, you can suck my dick. It's that simple. But the people I did meet and that were cool, um, I'm better for knowing you and I'm better for meeting you. That's what I'm looking for in my old age. Okay. So they didn't like the club. Didn't work out for me very well monetarily because people thought that they were getting taken care of out there, where after I waited to get paid, I also had to take care of. It was just a miscommunication. That's all. Someone will say it's a miscommunication that you took me to a place like this. Maybe that's true. But overall, it was a great weekend. I got to meet some great people, great listeners who I plan on keeping touch with. I got to meet some people that do the same thing I do, like Vince, I was telling you about. Had a great time with Anthony, great time with my brother, Mike, Shirley, Bob. Um, yeah, it was cool. So let me hear what you guys have to say. And I don't think I told you the rest of the week. Wednesday, you got KC and the coach, 8 o'clock. Thursday, I believe we have Vince coming on. Friday, if AJ Benza hopefully is feeling better, might be him. And there's a bunch of other ones, but I'll tell you tomorrow. Okay, guys. Joanne, Melendo, Casey, you did great, man. Joanne, thank you. That's so nice of you. It's so easy um, to say mean things and to say, I mean, that's like low hanging fruit. Thank you, thank you. It's like it's so easy, and unless it makes me laugh, it's uncreative. If you bust at me and I laugh and it's funny, great job. But most of the time, you're not going to hit it. So most of the time, it's better just tell the truth. If you said, Casey, you didn't do well, I thought you'd do better. I would accept that and say thank you. Hopefully, I'll do better for you next time. But just don't be mean to be mean. That's just so lame. Any Ralph stories? I hate that British cigarette. I know what you mean. Because it's a 3-letter word. One thing, yeah, is I didn't know this, and I don't know if I believe it, but I heard a story that Artie told on air not too long ago. They were going out to Vegas. Of course, I wasn't there. I must have been booted at the time. But they were playing like they normally would play, like poker or something like that. And the story went, which I don't believe, but Artie said it, so that's a tough one to go against. He said that when people weren't looking, Ralph took $100 out of the pot. Don't believe that would happen. I spent some time with Ralph. Yeah, he's abrasive, and he's got some things that people might find irritating. Don't think he's a thief though, so I'll stick up on him for that one. That's the Ralph story I got. Oh yeah. Siobhan still thinks that 2008. Sorry, man. I wasn't there, so I just heard of it. So my fault. If someone's told that before, I heard Artie say it, and I thought I thought it was to be accused of stealing, Antoine. I thought that would start like a lot of fights, and that's a pretty big charge. So I thought it was a little bit different than being called gay or something like that. So that's why I did it, Antoine. Sorry if it was old. I didn't know. I was gone by then, buddy. Let's see. Are you talking about the alleged tip steal from the airplane? No, Pell. I'm talking about a card game where supposedly Ralph took $100 from the pot. It wasn't a tip. Uh, but now you bring it up. Did something like that happen around the same time on the same trip at the Japanese place at that Nobu place? Pell, do some research. Get back to me on that. Okay. Let's see. Antoine says no. Rafferty definitely took that loot. All right, man. Well, like Antoine, you could understand, right? Like if someone called you a thief, you'd be pissed off. But he did it, huh? How did they know that he did it? Did he admit it? Because I was gone way by then. Um, Gene Bobina took $100 tip from a diner table while no one's around. So are these two different things we're talking about, guys? Hmm. Antoine, there he is. That's Rusty. Um, Ralph basically got exposed for doing it twice. Wow, Antoine. Wow. This was around 2008. Did you guys know about this, or am I just late to the party? Because I told you I'm always the last one to get the joke. Is Ralph Punch? Is that a Mancoon cat, Guru one? I have a Mancoon cat. He's not allowed to do fighting, by the way. Ralph never stole from me. But wow, hey, you never know, man. You guys forget. I got fired in 2006, I believe, and this just breaking in. The head fag at the Playgirl Mansion just wants to know that he's around. Thank you, Norris. I haven't talked to you in a while. Very nice. Thank you. Okay, so Antoine's he's telling us it happened twice. He's just saying 2008 because Audie left the show in 2009. That makes sense, Antoine. Thanks for that, man. That's something I wouldn't want to be known for. Of all the things I'm known for, I'd gladly trade that one for something. You know what they say, man? They say if I'm talking to everybody, they say everyone has their own problems. If we all of us in the chat here, all three of us, if we all three of us stood here and we threw up problems into the middle of everyone standing around and we found out what everyone else was going through, chances are that we would go pick up our own problems and take them back. What do you think of that? Would you guys pick up the stone that said, I'm really gay? I mean, I get headaches. I'm kidding. I'm just goofing around. Always wanted Jared Soup. Always wondered what Casey stands for in your name. Love the show, brother. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Jared. Casey stands for Kyle Casey, Casey. Well, at least I didn't get named after the wrestling mat like my brother did. His name is Matt. He got named after a wrestling mat. Can you believe it? I think I lucked out. All right, guys. I don't want to bore you too long because I have kept you. I got 7 minutes, so I'm just going to go with you guys. Anything you want to know about the Pottstown that I didn't cover? I gave you my version, and I just gave you my honest of what I saw. So, Niv did already. Thanks, Rick. Rick, I need to do that. Yeah, I'm learning, guys. I'm getting it. Niv wants to know, did Artie ever score pain meds off of any of the whack pack? Not that I'm aware of. And first of all, Niv, we're talking about like opiates, right? I mean, this is top shelf, like Grillo. This is top shelf drug. No, would you take heavy drugs from someone whose last name is the retard or the drunk? Even if you're a drug addict, and believe me, I am a drug addict. I'm an alcoholic. Name all of them. I'll fit the script. But I don't think Artie would ever, first of all, risk being Monday morning. Howard say, "Hey Artie, I got a note here. Did you try scoring Percocet from John the Stutterer?" I don't think he would do that. So my answer, Niv, is no. Let's see. I got 3 more minutes for you guys, and I love that you guys came in, and you guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. KC, Gina Bobina goes, any stuttering hecklers in Pottstown? Can you imagine, guys? Can you imagine if John showed up? I often thought about this. I want you guys to let me know. Say John shows up and just, whoever's on stage is on stage or whatever. And for some reason, he gets up and just walks onto stage. Does the crowd clap, stand up and cheer, boo, or start screaming curse words and tell him to get the fuck out of there? It's a decent question. You guys ever thought about that? I wonder if people would I want to know how people would react to that. I would think people would cheer. They would give a standing ovation to him, even though he is horrible and he's done it. But still, we're watching it, aren't we? What do you guys think? Stacy says they're going to stand up and cheer, just like oh, Stacy's that cute one. Oh yeah, I got a lot of cute girls in here. I got Siobhan in here. I got Gina Bobinas. Um, I got a lot. I got some good looking beloved chatters. uh, and let's see. Okay, Rusty says he thinks it's going to turn into a wrestling match, and cheer him as he walks through the stage. Rusty, I'm with you. I think people put aside all the bullshit and all the horrible things. He's used people. He said horrible things. But yet, how many episodes have we watched, guys? Stand up and cheer. Stand up and cheer for dear old Western. For today we raise the red and white above the rest. Let it go, Case. It's over. It's past you. That was 25 years ago. It's over now. Do you know that? Yes, I do. No fighting. Okay. Niv is good looking too. I bet. Pelel's cute. I don't know if these are real pictures, so I don't really know. Please excuse me if I didn't mention anyone who is cute. And I wasn't able to see. So if I see it, I call it out. These gals slide into your DMs, Casey. That's on Instagram, right? Yeah, I'm not good at using that stuff. I'm not. I really. You know why, man? Because people are mean to me. Like there hasn't been a real girl that has, with exception of like one or two, that has written me in years. Usually, it's someone who I don't understand who has the time for this bullshit. Who wants to like flirt and stuff like that, which I don't do. I'm not into that. I don't want to get into any of that. Like I'm into meeting people, but you know, once you start at the first day and then you know you you start getting graphic and stuff, I'm like, oh, so this is a guy who's very lonely, or it's a guy with his friend who should spend their time in better use, fucking each other rather than trying to fool me. And what's the end game? What's the joke? You and your friend, oh, we got him. All right, put your pants on, buddy. Let's talk about this after we both get dressed. All right, we really got him. uh, Guru One is into girls. I'm into guys. Ronnie, you're into Ronnie's? All right, I like him too. Did Elliot often scare me? No, he didn't scare me, but let's just say if I didn't have the use of my hands, they might have if they were tied together, or my legs, and I was in a closet and he had the key, I would be scared out of my gourd. Dylan from somewhere. Oh, I like the dog. Casey, what rate would you charge to make a guest appearance at an intervention outside of Frederick, Maryland? Well, Dylan, I don't think you'd want me there for an intervention. Um, that might be it would be a very funny bit. Like after everyone of your family goes to the person, hey, this is how you have affected us with your drugs, drinking, gambling, prostitution, whatever. We brought in a special interventionist who's really going to make a difference. And then I show up and I'm like, nice. What do I do? Dylan. No fighting. No drinking. Dylan, do I get paid? No, you didn't want me for that. All right, guys, I want to thank you for spending the last hour with me. Gina says, only closeted people do that. Gina, are you saying I'm in the closet? Well, I'm not going to say that I'm in the closet. You know, I've explored that closet. I spent time in there, come out of it, painted over it, pretended it wasn't there. Took my boyfriend in there. Nonsense. Hey, you guys have been awesome. This is a good question. Let me end with this one here. Have you ever been pegged? What about Al? Can you tell me? Because I'm sure everyone else doesn't know, and I'm not being stupid here. What does being pegged mean? The only thing I know it means is when you're playing kickball or whatever, and an out is not tagging him with a ball. You could throw it at him. Even if it's a girl, you can throw it and hit it in their head. And if you get, is pegging allowed? Pegging is allowed. Are you playing Lonesome Coyote? Yes, that's the whole point of the game. So tell us what peg means. Anybody know? Fucked in. Okay, I think this is what they meant. Fucked in the ass by a woman wearing a strap. Oh, that's what it means. What about now? Again, I will give you my 100% honest answer. Not at all. Um, I don't. I don't see anything erotic about that. To be honest with you, I'm kind of a prude because, like, even if a woman is doing something to me and wants to use like a digit or something like that, I'm not. I'm not into it. I'm not into getting a pleasure in that part of the my anatomy. I might be boring, but I'm just telling you the truth. But thank you for telling me about that. Awesome, Andy. Thank you, Tubby. You know, cats have strange. Oh no, I don't know if I want to read this. Tubby says, you know, cats have strange lovemaking ways. Maybe the cats aren't fighting. Maybe it's MRA. Tubby, I'm pretty sure they're fighting because I fed them before, and if I forget to pick up one of the because they're spoiled, they get to eat slimy food, and I always have to sing because it's salmon. They like to eat salmon, salmon cats, and they're watching you, and they see your every move. Salmon cats, like and on and on. You know the song. So sometimes they'll pick up 3 out of 4, and I'll throw them away, and there's 1 left, and then they fight over that. They're very spoiled. Spoiled cats. You guys are awesome. Pell says, they say a man's G spot is in the anus. What a cruel irony that is. Yeah, so what does that mean? So I'm supposed to have an orgasm the day after I go to Taco Bell every time? No, it doesn't work that way. If it was there, it wouldn't be in such a horrible place. Well, you guys, Casey, what if they take a running start? Tubby, you're awesome. Oh God. Hey, you guys, you make this worth doing. So I say thank you a lot. And if you weren't at Pottsville, hopefully I'll see you on the next one. And I'm going to just do the leave. I'll leave you with this. This is our last exercise here. I want everyone real quick to because I'm going to pick one just by random. All right. I want you to just type one character to put like one letter in so I get the whole thing filled with people because that one person is going to win here. All right. Ready? Go. Write it in there. You got 1 second, you got 2 seconds, and 3 seconds. And I'm going to pick that one. This is who we picked. Okay. Pell, you get to go to the Nutty Hate Breed hat and end the show with your answer. Okay, here you go. All right, Pell is taking us out, everyone. What did 10-year-old Pell want to be when he or she grew up? I'm gonna give me the answer here, and on that, I want to thank everybody. I will see you tomorrow with Angel Cassidy. We're on at 8 or 9. I'll have to check. But I'll wait probably about 5 more seconds for Pel L. If not, I will open the show with it tomorrow because nobody wants to, hang out. But that's what we're going to do. We'll start the show off with that question because I got the Nutty Hate Breed hat. And I want to thank all you guys a lot. You guys are the best. So once again, and do you guys really not like the Crypt Keepers?
Crazy white boys, Stony Brook rappers.
See you guys tomorrow. We're going to start off with Pellel's question. Talk to Angel Cassidy with many other surprises. But again, thank you so much. See you tomorrow.
Hey yo, I'm born at St. Charles, North Shore, East Side, Setauket, Stony Brook, Oldfield, Brandywine.